Hello everybody and welcome to this Manic Minecraft Let's Play with me, Manic Clutter. Today I'm going to reveal the news that it is June the 7th, that the shiny new Minecraft update is coming out. We're already in release candidate 1 for goodness sake. And yes, it is me, Future Clutter with you, once again. We're now going to see what is almost a continuation of episode 6, and some of the truly silly shenaniganery that I get up to. Without further ado, let's begin. Ah, 'tis about to be night. Well, that's no trouble for me. I've fetched my superior bow, and I'm ready to get even more experience this evening. Now, I'd better stay in the thick of it. I don't want to lose any villagers. I was gonna say, there's got to be some nasties around. For a while, it seemed like there weren't. Who's around? You's around. Oh, and I missed. As good as ever I was. It is handy having a Fletcher because it means that I feel no obligation to just keep an infinity bow. Right. Oh, I did not mean to hit you. I'm very sorry. I deserved that, but now I've kind of defeated the object of getting levels. I wish that friendly mobs wouldn't just sprint across your line of sight. Oh well, we'll pick this up tomorrow night. Well, I thought I'd trade with the cleric here, bump my levels up a little bit, and head straight back to town, and only start recording again there when night rolled around again. But bottles of enchanting. That's what he now trades, that he's a master. So I get XP for the trade, and I get XP for throwing the things on the floor. Wonderful stuff. But seeing as I had to traverse the nether, I did go back to my rather less impressive bow. It is just me in this town. There aren't many golems around to help out, so I'm going to really have to go for it to keep this place safe. On the other hand, it does mean I'm less likely to shoot the one golem by accident. Once again, creepers seem to be my first mark. Spiders second. Nothing wrong with that, except for when they don't actually drop string. Ah, more opportunities at string over here. Oh, and an opportunity to perish. Whoa, particularly if they come at me from my flank. Got to get some pie in me. That'll see me right. Awful lot of creepers around. I know TNT is useful and all, but I just never use the stuff, so getting gunpowder doesn't excite me all that much. Ah, my first zombie of the night. Somehow I don't think I'll be getting enough rotten flesh to trade with before the night is done. At least not if we keep up on that sort of spawn rate. Oh no, a zombie villager! Well, I hope that wasn't my cleric friend from town, but judging by the angle from which that chap assailed me, I don't think it was. All creepers, of course. There really does seem to be a theme for the monsters tonight, and it's intrinsically explosive. Ah, good, another zombie. Very welcome. Yes, it's not often that a zombie is a welcome sight, but for me it is, because they are going to drop the one thing that I can trade quickly and easily in this here town. I'm going to keep my distance as best I can from these skeletons. Oh, didn't keep enough distance there, though. Just make sure nothing's sneaking up behind me before I go for the gold-dressed one. Okay, that went surprisingly easily, given that they were armoured up to the gunnels. Did you drop anything other than experience orbs? No, you didn't. Hello. Do you want to join in? Ow. I'm engaging once more when I don't really have enough health. Right, time to reposition and try again. And I'm going in for the kill. I'm doing it for a thrill. Except I'm not, I'm doing it for experience. And it is, in and as of itself, a valuable experience indeed. I was wondering where you went. Oh, how did that miss? That's just unkind. Well, this is proving very lucrative for experience. How am I doing on the rotten flesh front? Fair. I might have enough to trade with by the end of the night. Yes, give it all to me. Give me all of your flesh. How many hits did it take? Not many after taking an arrow to the face. So, perhaps I can save some of my bow's durability by doing that more often. Just not on the skeletons or the creepers for that matter. I don't know if there's anybody that trades for gunpowder in the world of villagers, but I'm amassing a fair amount. I should probably go ahead and look it up if there are any villagers that will buy gunpowder for emeralds. Oh my goodness. No wonder you're looking so damaged if you fought a bunch of zombies off over there. Another thing I feel very silly for only just noticing is that the other shiny new trade that the cleric wanted was for nether wart, which I can get my hands on incredibly easily, as long as I can get past all the people guarding it. And there goes Piglet. Oh, okay, where's my gold? Of course I haven't any gold. That's all right. So far, I've not been assailed by people I don't want to get assailed by. Ah, that's all about to change, however. Yay. I need to get to the other side again, pick up the rest of my stuff. I feel like I'm in some kind of twisted analogy for the endless cycle of revenge. I think I've picked up everything. Thank goodness there wasn't any fire in this quarter. Oh, well, I do wish that your experience didn't go down, but that's just life. Oh, endlessly sealing my fate on the road I take to avoid it. Now that's a philosophical point that I feel like I rub shoulders with all too frequently. Back to the overworld where it's probably night time. Oh no, gratefully day still. Ah, I see an opportunity to get some... What? Hang on a minute. Why is my tree on fire? What have you done? What did you do? I guess one of the blaze's fire bolts must have got through the portal. Because, of course, it's classed as an entity, and entities can travel through portals. I'll just leave that there. You folks, I will not just leave here, however, because you drop rotten flesh, which is invaluable to me at the moment. Thank you. Oh, and gold. Well, now I have something that I could throw at the foot of a piglin to distract it. Okay, cleric. Nether wart. Take it. Take it away. There we go. Endlessly back where I started at the moment. There'll be another night of fighting, but perhaps not here. Their dear golem is about to give up the ghost. Okay. I've managed to catch up with where I was before in terms of levels, pretty much. And, impressively, I managed to not die on my way through the nether, which is really a blessing given how things have been going. I brought some wheat back to increase my stock of cows here. And then there's another trade I can make use of with the leather workers. I did do a bit of toing and froing to repair this chappie up with some iron. Things are all looking slightly okay. Oh, and I do have a piece of gold armour from a foe I slayed at night back at my outpost. Now all that remains is hopefully one more night of shenaniganery, and I'll have 30 levels or more, which has been my goal so that I can enchant a hat that promisingly has protection 4 as the option in the enchanting table. Something I ideally want. Almost as much as I ideally want to just not die. Ugh, yikes! I thought they were having a go at one another. That didn't last long. I just dealt with that armoured skeleton and almost threw myself into this here ravine. I did gratefully get a pair of leather pants for my troubles. I need more zombies, gosh darn it. Been getting an awful lot of skeletons and creepers. That said, I did get an absolute deluge of zombies here earlier, and oh my goodness me, speaking of which, oh, not a baby. Right, let's not hit the friendly chappie. That would just be terrible. It seems that whenever I complain about zombies, more appear, which is very good. I want more, for once. How am I doing on that front? Ooh, I've got a hearty amount there. All of the emeralds I have will be going to bottles of enchanting for even more levels. With that in mind, I really, really don't want to perish to skeletons here. Do a quick 360 check. I saw a bunch of skeletons off behind me. Ooh, yep. I knew I was going to come into his range eventually. His range, her range, its range, their range. I mean, who knows? Does it matter when you're a skeleton? Creeper. If I could only aim. Oh, usually I'm pretty good at hitting moving targets, but I'm just having no luck. And it's stressing me out. Oh, blimey, I don't want to be that close to them. Oh, my word. They have an enchanted bow. Who knows what that is? But it certainly did a lot of damage to me. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Somewhere that I've got good visibility all around, and I can eat and heal up. Okay. Starting to feel a bit better. Ah, that's them dealt with. It's turning daytime. I really hoped I'd get a bit further than this. It's what I get for using a bow that eats some of my XP to keep it in good durability. Well, one more zombie. And I think we'll be calling it a night at that juncture. Ah, of course. Of course I get set on fire at the last. I think I've looked down here before and didn't see any houses, no, at the bottom. It has been known to happen, and it's quite funny when it does. Oh dear, not in their house. Found them. Now, how many bottles of enchanting can I get? A reasonable amount. Ooh, level 25. Only absolutely yonks away from the level I want to be, it feels like. Now, other than that one time that I managed to shoot an iron golem, this particular activity hasn't killed me, unlike being in the nether, so I might... Well, I need to pass the nether once more anyway. I could go ahead and do that now. Yeah, okay. For better or worse, going back through the nether. Well, I made an enormous mistake to just pick up a little bit more... a little bit more nether wart to help me level up that bit faster. Another death, another setback. Another few nights I'm going to have to be toiling away, but that piglin that seemed to go missing a while ago had all my stuff. Well, turns out they were about, and I slew them, and now I have a shield for the first time in ages, so that's nice. My bow has survived an awful lot at this point, because I did end up dying right next to lava. Somehow, I've still got it, which is such a relief. What I don't have is a good sense of direction, however, so I'll be back when I've found a way out of this goodness-forsaken place. This should be getting recorded in the rain, but when the rain came, it was in the form of a storm and monsters spawned and killed me. I did escape the nether by dying in lava, and I finally lost that bow, which I should never have taken to the nether with me, and I've been very good at not doing so until the very last. And to top it all off, I've spent my time enchanting new bows to combine, and it now tells me that's too expensive to do at all. I'm hoping that simply repairing them up will make them combinable, but I simply don't know, and that's not the point. Things have been going very wrong here at the moment. I've planted trees to get even more sticks to trade with my very forthcoming Fletcher, only for them to get zombified. And I think, there's some good content. But rather than blocking up the door to keep them safely inside, I end up opening it and they wander out and they burn in the sunlight, of course, because I'm just so good at this. And for some reason, the villagers just don't seem to be making more of themselves, even though we've got plenty of houses with doors on them and beds on the inside, which I do believe are the conditions for new villages to be made, and that's it. And yet no more are showing up, which is just tragic, even though I've been here this whole time. So things really aren't coming up clutter at the moment. But I have remembered the whole reason I got into enchanting was to make a silk touch pickaxe so that I can break some of that unwanted glass down and finish the build at what will become my main base near to spawn in the jungle by the coast. Rather than needing to fret over finding the enchantment in a table, I've discovered I have a silk touch book. I've had it the whole time, and at any moment I could have dropped this farcical nonsense of trying to armour myself properly and survive monster attacks, and just ignore monsters altogether, which is going to be my intention going forward. Maybe I'll learn how to do combat good off camera and we can have some proper monster combat episodes, but until such a time as that, I'm now a pacifist. Right then, let's see. Oh, thank goodness for that. I just have enough levels. Now, I'm not entirely happy wandering through the nether with a diamond tool and no armour, so I am going to armour myself up, though it hasn't served me too well in the past, in terms of surviving, but maybe, if I just run on by the beasties, I'll be alright. Well, I'm past the halfway point, and so far so good. I haven't perished just yet. Having just said I was a pacifist now, I am sort of keeping my axe to hand, which feels just a little bit ironic, but I might as well be prepared. No, I'm not fighting you today. You can just live your best life here in hell, and I can just dive into a pit of fire. I don't like this. Oh, please let me through the portal. Of course they're going to follow me here. Well, I do believe they will eventually become zombified and be peaceful. Yeah, that's all right then. Just a matter of bringing down this glass that doesn't look as good as I thought it would, and replacing it with better looking glass. There we go. Though it is a shell at the moment, I've started to furnish it with some workstations, and I'll probably keep adding to the workstations I've got in there until I've got a more or less complete set. Maybe I'll append a forge to the end of it or something here to put the anvil in. Bit of internal consistency of character and workshopping. And at the back of the roof here that slopes down, I imagined a little water course for any runoff from the rare rain here in the jungle to then travel down here into a water storage area, creating a little story for this place, making the location a character of its own. Well, I've made some progress here, increasing the size of my cocoa farms and adding little houses hanging from the jungle tree branches, but I think it's come time to append a forge to this and start collecting all of the various workstations in this place here. And yes, I set up a great wall of barrels for storage, but to transport everything to and fro between my portals, I want something of a safer route. So my next project is going to be getting as much nether brick as I possibly can together in one place, and then make a proper path between my portals. So, quick progress update. I started with the portal that takes me back to the spawn village on the other side of this nether fortress. Not a particularly attractive corridor, and it rather infringes upon the fortress itself, but I'm not too worried about that, funnily enough. So this will take me eventually back to the spawn area. Ooh, and I made sure it's only 2 blocks tall so that I can avoid nasty wither skeletons like the one who tried to assail me just there. And now I'm expanding off in the direction of later portals, closer to my outpost. Back in the direction of my main base, along this corridor here, I did successfully get slain by a piglin about this point, and I did have to fight them once they'd managed to retrieve all of my armour with naught but a wooden sword that I picked up, but fortunately the enclosed space worked to my advantage. Now, on the surface, I'm just quickly going to map out the best place for this to line up with the other portal. In fact, it was 1 block over where the path will actually be going, fortuitously right about here, really. Okay, and I'm going to have to go a few blocks down. Okay, hopefully that's deep enough. Maybe just a bit more. Well, it'll certainly be obvious. And I've got another piglin on me. Just brilliant. I don't like combat. Okay, I believe I should see that when I come to it. Okay, turned out a little bit awkward, but I shouldn't complain about that really. Just cover it over. Good as gold. There we go. More or less. That's the next one joined up. I can just continue this down. I'm very good at placing blocks. Well, I am just coming to the end of it really. Past the halfway point here. Here's that final stepping stone that I made to ease finding the right spot, but these chappies have been making it very hard for me. Fortunately, I have lost very little, but I did lose my nice protection chest plate and my leggings, but it's not like they were enchanted, so I can't say I mind about them, but oh, my lovely chest plate, I'm a little bit sad about that. Right, that should be everything. So this staircase takes me right to the the tightrope walk, which is then the last leg down. My word, look at that. And I made a start at this end to protect me from skeletons and ghasts alike. They can see me in here, tragically. But possibly not enough to fire, so that's good. Well, to the sounds of magma cubes hopping off in the distance, I think I'm going to call it a day there. And by the start of the next episode, I'll have finished enclosing the walkway right down to the final portal down there. And as time progresses, I'm sure I'll improve this walkway, make sure that it's definitely mob-proof on the inside, as well as safe from any assailant from the outside. Anyway, next time, I think we'll be doing more at what I intend to turn into my proper, full-on base there in the jungle by the coast. Until then, I bid you all farewell.